Hello, this is a regular tuning of a Blüthner grand piano made in about 1920, and the client wants the tuning to be not equal temperament but the home keys to be purer, and I'm trying to explain that, and I've had other videos that have tried to explain that as well. This app isn't for tuning. This is very useful to use as a guide, but it's not an official tuning app. I'm tuning by ear, the old school, but this is comforting to see what the pitch shows. If you've got a much better app than this, then please let me know. This is a free app that you can download. So the A is about 441. I've got two here just to show that they're consistent. The app is well designed. You can see that says 441 and this too. So they're almost identical. And that A is slightly out of tune. So if we look at C, I start with C and that's slightly higher. And this C here, doing the octave C. Now if you look at the E, because as I go around the temperament, I'm flattening the fifths a bit more than usual. And now if we look at the C to E, we can see the E is a lot flatter. And so there's less beating on the third here. That's a purer sound. Now of course, normally you tune for equal temperament, so that does mean that that's actually almost correct, but D to F sharp is also narrow and that's much wider, so that's beating a lot. And there, if we look at A flat, G sharp to C, again, that's beating a lot. So you've obviously got to have these beating more if you want that to beat less. So not all clients want equal temperament. It sounds purer, and Bach apparently preferred this kind of temperament. He preferred Kellner temperament, which is similar. I choose my own temperament. What my ears tell me is pleasant. So if you're a tuner, I'm sure you'd like to comment, maybe criticise what I'm saying, but I think it's good to debate this subject. So this is just almost a check tuning. It's such a stable piano. These are original tuning pins, by the way, and they might need setting slightly occasionally. That's with a pin setter, just tightening in a little bit, but really this has been very stable, this piano, which is amazing considering it's 1920, 100 years old, and that is pretty pure. And the octave, very slightly stretched, but I'm happy with that. Again, I talked about concert tuning recently. I'm going for stability here. That doesn't need altering. And there's a bit unison out a bit there. Well, the client wasn't actually complaining about the tuning being bad at all. This is my tuning card. Actually, I've missed out a lot of dates here. I'm not very good at that, but it says 21, and then I started it again in 2026. But it's useful. I often write on the keys on the piano, and it's great when you can see a record of tuning. But that was pitch raise, and that's when I used the opportunity to do the unequal temperament, which he was really happy with. So we're keeping the unequal temperament, and that's today. So we're just really. He wasn't complaining about tuning. There's one slightly sticky note on the new action. And there's the first note that's got a unison enough out to make me try and tune it. So that's right hand string. Using the app you can see which one's sharp if you want to. So I think, well, I'm using my ear obviously mostly. The app does help to sort of confirm things for you sometimes. So that's going to be tuned. This gives me the opportunity to see how pure I can get the note, and then that's obviously going to be mirrored on all the other notes, and I think that's as good as we're going to get this. So now I'm going to tune all of the notes, and so that interval beats faster than it would normally on equal temperament. but we need to lower that in order to get this more pure thirds on the home keys. So you can see the G here is considerably higher than the B, and that now sounds beautifully pure, like a string orchestra. The string orchestra doesn't do any tempering, it just plays absolutely pure, and such a beautiful sound. This is where you can use the app to know which of the strings is out of tune. So that's the left hand string, that's the right hand string. So the right hand string is clearly lower, and you can hear that one of them's out. The middle string, we'll check that. So the middle string is roughly right, so the right hand string is definitely lower. So we can tune that right hand. With the app you can tell which of the strings more easily is lower or higher. Though you don't have to use the app if your ear's well trained after many years, then obviously you don't need the app, but it's nice and comforting. Now I think that's as pure as we can get that note. And the octave's fine. Slightly stretched. At this point we slightly stretch the octaves. So I just like to check after having tuned, check all the fifths and octaves. And that one there needs a little bit of tuning, especially the top end. You can hear more clearly when you get the fifths and octaves. There. So that's Bluton grand piano around about 1920. I think it's actually more like 1924, and regular tuning. So it's just been doing unisons and thinking about the piano, trying to improve it. The client's recording on the piano all the time, so it wants obviously to be top condition. So thank you very much for listening. If you're interested in the temperament, different temperaments, then well, that's really what I'd like to get you interested in on this video. Given the opportunity, the client is really happy with the temperament that allows the home keys to be purer. So the third basically is narrower and not so much beating, hardly any beating. Like a string orchestra, which sounds so beautiful and pure. That's what we're trying to get here. It does mean that the distant keys sound much less pure on the thirds, but he's very happy with that, and I'm really pleased that he's happy with that, because I love tuning like this. Thank you very much for listening. If you're interested in any of this aspect, please do write to robertspianos@gmail.com or place a comment underneath this video.